Yeah, I love it actually. And question, Brian, how do you know Tulum or the area? Are you familiar with it? You said that you just started doing your research on real estate. But you've been here before?
No, I've never been there before. No.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. Got it. What would you say would be your main interest? Is it the use of the actual unit, or is it more the return on investment through the rentals?
It'll be most like 90% investment and then 10% use. Yeah.
Okay.
Come there for a week or two out of the year and just rent out the rest.
Got it. Okay, cool. So tell you a little bit about what we do. I develop in Tulum mainly. So Tulum has been the place that our research.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna write some of this stuff down.
Sure.
My notes, just so I can have it for review.
No, of course. Yeah. So I have, when I say we, I have a couple partners. And so we chose Tulum simply because I've been here 17 years in the area. So Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum. And Tulum was always a place that we spoke about like super far out, right? Before talking like 10, 12, 15 years ago, we were like, no, Tulum's too young. And so most people were focused on investing in Playa or Cancun. But then the boom came of Tulum, and it was awesome to see it because it was so refreshing. Gracias. In the sense that the people that come to Tulum are so much different than the ones that go to Cancun or Playa. So, for example, in Cancun you have more of a party scene, right? It's all inclusive, big resorts, spring break. Yeah, everybody. Yes, you have some families as well because they like the all-inclusive resorts, and Cancun has a ton. The clientele is a little bit more American, more than anything. It's like the number one. Then in Playa del Carmen, it's a little bit more diversified. So you have a lot of Europeans that like Playa because it's not that big. It still gives you that small town feeling, but you have beautiful beach. You have what's called Fifth Avenue, which is a nice street that goes through. And people like walking down there. And it's I like Playa del Carmen. I lived there for many years. But then when we started observing Tulum, the people that we saw that were going to Tulum were actually much younger. And number one, let's start. Number one, their financial possibilities are much higher, much higher. Yet they're younger, which was weird, right? Because normally you see that in a 45, 50-year-old plus, where they're getting ready to retire, they have more money to invest. But this young generation, these are entrepreneurs, online. They work online. A lot of them are crypto investors or just young entrepreneurs. So we really like that. We felt we connected with that. And so that's why we chose Tulum. And then Tulum really just started happening about 5-6 years ago. Let's say 6 years ago. It had a big boom. It's been having a big boom, but social media definitely helped us a lot. And so we realized that, it's such a young destination that we should get in there now and motivate and influence others, right, to invest there because we see the massive potential. It already is happening in Tulum, right? Tulum is already renting 70-80% out of the year. Everything's rented. The occupancy in Tulum is higher than Playa. It's higher than Cancun. It's more expensive. Yet the crowd is younger. So that's good because that means there's a long potential, right? It's just starting off. So anyways, that's why we chose Tulum. We began developing about 6 years ago, right around the time where we started to see the boom. And right now here's what we develop. We develop condos, and I'll show you right now. I'm gonna share my screen with you. Actually, let me get into that.
What is your development company called?
It's called DreamX Investments. Now I have two. I have two different types of developments. One is real estate. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry about that.
No worries. One is focused on residential. Meaning condos or homes. And then I have another partnership, another company, and we do land developments. So we sell land. We buy big pieces of land, and then we subdivide them. We add amenities, we add infrastructure, and then we sell it to either other developers who want to do what we're doing, or investors who say, hey, you know what, I see the massive opportunity in buying land at such an early rate, I'll flip it later, right? So they're buying and then flipping. And actually that has been a tremendous business for a lot of my clients. The land, just buy land, you don't have to do nothing, you don't have to rent it. And then, you're making, the opportunity that I'm gonna show you today, a particular one, will give you 50 to 60% return in roughly 2.5, 3 years, max. Mm-hmm. So that's another opportunity as well that I can present to you. I'm just downloading something real quick, by the way. So as soon as I download it, I'll show you. But yeah, so we focus on condos. We build condos, and then we also sell land. Now, the land development, that company is called Aldea Umay. Aldea is ALDEA.
Yeah.
And then Umay, it's 2 words, UH.
Yeah.
And then separate MAY. Aldea Umay. It's
and your resident
it's a
DreamX Investments?
That's correct. DreamX Investments. Mm-hmm. And DreamX Investments has a line of developments or a particular style. And we name every development. Those developments are called Agua, like water, Agua Santa. Santa means holy, so it's like holy water.
Yeah.
Because we incorporate a lot of pools, a lot of water.
Yeah. Are these completed developments, or are these in construction?
The ones I just mentioned are all built already.
Okay, awesome.
And are actually sold. However, we do have potentially a unit that we can sell you in one. It's a unit we kept, my partners and I.
Yeah.
We kept the unit. We're launching 2 new developments. So we might be selling it and just reinvesting it in our next development. So we weren't selling it at all, but we ran out of units to sell. So, and the new development that we're about to launch will be launching in about 30 to 45 days from now. Okay.
Awesome.
I can show you some of the 3D renders and go over the floor plan and talk potential pricing. I could be off by $8,000 on the price, but I'll know for sure 30 to 45 days. If you like that one.
From doing my research here within the last couple of weeks, I've noticed most of the 2-bedroom stuff, like 1,300 square feet, around 220 in some of the outside neighborhoods of like Albias and La Valletta, from like 225 UFS to like 300. That's kind of what I'm looking for. If something is like catching my eye, though, because I feel like the square footages jump quite significantly after that with the rooftop, penthouses and stuff. They get up to like 3,400 square feet, and they're like, I noticed 350 to like 460. Or 6,500 for the brand new one. So
that's correct.
I mean, I have a few different options of what I want to do. I have a couple of investor friends with me as well that have been interested as well. But I'm mainly targeting like 2-bedroom, 1,300 square feet just to start, just to see how much. And then obviously in the future, I want to get some bigger ones and diversify.
Okay, so here's a couple things that we can do. Because what I develop is a little bit different than what you're gonna find out there, in the sense that the quality and the sizes are much bigger, and the quality is it's a lot better. So what you would normally find maybe a 2-bedroom for 240, 260, mines are gonna be at around 300. And then where you would have a condo that's 300, with me, it'll probably be more about 340, 360. Now, it's not the same condo, right? It's much bigger. It's still the same size. It's a 2-bedroom, but mine's is probably going to be about, instead of 1,300, it'll probably be somewhere around 15 to 1,800 square feet.
Yeah.
The qualities are going to be much higher. Actually, let me show you. Let me get into it. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see it. Not that this might matter, but I also consult a lot of developers, and I do conferences regarding real estate, and sales, marketing, product development. I'm very, very, very involved in every product that I launch. So we have a massive team of product development and market research. That's actually why we decided to invest in Tulum, is just that everything brought us there. So I have a company that also consults. And that's good because, you know, that tells you that we do our homework before we launch anything. And we're always going to look after our clients. So these are two developments that I recently launched. This is the line that we call Agua Santa. We have Agua Santa Tulum, and then Agua Santa Vibe is the one on the right. Now, these were renders, okay? These are 3D renders. Now, let me show you the real photos of what was actually built. So here on the left, you can see the entrance of the development. There are 9 units in total. Each unit has their own pool. So you notice the ground floor unit there on the left. That's a big pool, right? That's a private pool for that condo.
Awesome.
Okay. And then the unit above it, you see a small little glass right there, right above it. That's a middle unit. That middle unit also has a pool. You can actually see them over here on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay. So here they all have pools. They're all big pools. And these are 1,500 square feet to 2,500 square feet units. This is the pools, actually. You can see them on the right-hand side. This is a penthouse, much bigger. Like you said, these is like, you know, the ranges and sizes are much, can vary a lot. So this is like, I would say almost 3,000 square feet. And this one was just sold recently. It's a 4-bedroom, by the way.
Awesome.
But yeah, these are mine. These are the ones that I designed and developed, construct and sold. Now, the only reason why I'm showing you is just so you see the quality.
Yeah.
Of the design, the quality of the finishes. We put a lot of attention into what the end goal is. And here's the end goal. The end goal is to provide profits and high return on investments for my clients. If you were telling me, hey, Tony, I want to retire in Tulum, can you find me a place where I can retire? I might guide you to someone else.
Yeah.
Because that's not what I do. What I do is I develop products that are going to rent for a lot of money. Okay. Yeah. So Nick's unit just started renting before Christmas. Awesome. And what is your average rental per night right now, Nick? $500? $400?
Yeah, New Year's was $1,200 a night. And then
this is it's
about $500 a night.
That's awesome.
So this is Nick's unit. It's wild. That mural that you see there, we did that mural as well. Well, not me, but one of our we have a contact who's an extremely talented muralist. I don't know if you can see the detail on this thing, but that thing is massive. Yeah. So whenever we do things like this, like for example, this unit is impactful and wild, I probably wouldn't live there, right? I probably wouldn't be wanting to look at this mural every day. But the people that come to Tulum do, right? They want an experience. They want to see something different. They don't want to go back to, you know, Tulum looking like LA or New York. They're like, wait a minute. We left that. We want an experience. So that is the key. And I'm just giving you this as a advice, you know, wherever you invest, whatever you do, make sure that you focus on the end client. You're not the end client. You're the investor. The end client is who's going to rent from you.
And I've stayed in a lot of Airbnbs in Tulum. When I was searching for a product, when I was searching for this, you know, I met Tony, but I also wanted to go and look at other places. And when he says that the quality is top notch, it definitely is. And I just stayed in an Airbnb for New Year's this weekend. So it was a 3-bedroom penthouse, the exact same one as mine. I rented mine for $1,200 a night. We got this Airbnb with my friends in Tulum. I live in Playa, but we went down to Tulum for the weekend, and it was $550 a night. And we were before we even got there, we were like, what? Why is it that mine rented for $1,200 and we're getting this one for $550? We got there, I instantly could tell the difference in quality. I don't even think I told Tony this. The difference in the quality, just little things like from the cabinet to the layout of, there was a room that was like a bedroom with a TV, but it was like kind of small and it had a little futon. It was just a waste of space. And there was maybe like 25 units in there, like 20, it was a building with 25. It wasn't like a boutique like these. And I instantly could tell, oh, this is why we paid 550 and not 1200.
Over the last few years, check this out. Data came out. All right, an interesting number. There's been over 1 million American investors in the last 10 years here in the area, or in general to the country. Not here. I apologize. To Mexico, and I think a lot of that has to do because of the taxes. Because you don't, like, for example, property tax here is 0.01% of the value of the property. So if you own a $500,000 condo, you're paying $500 a year. That's your tax, bro. That's your So a lot of advantages, and I think that's what's making more people want to come down here. In addition to COVID really spiked our sales too, because people realizing, wait, excuse my language, but if shit hits the fan, I gotta have a plan B. And Mexico is a neutral place. We never closed during the pandemic. We're like at 89% occupancy right now. I mean, people are here, people are traveling, they never stop traveling. Actually, watch this. I mean, you can still see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Let me show you my Airbnb calendar. So I kept a couple of units, as I mentioned to you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And these are my personal results from my units. But for example, this was December. So December rented really well. As you can see, there's probably only about 7 days that were not booked.
Is this the unit that you mentioned before, that you have one available to me?
Actually, yeah, this is not it. There's two, but I can show you which one actually right here too. So how can I go to insights? Here we go. Watch this, insights. We as developers, we're always trying to stay one step ahead. So if we know that this area, Tulum specifically, only has, I don't know, let's say 3 to 5 years where it's going to continue rent as good as it is now, then we're probably already going to be looking elsewhere, right? We'll be like, okay, let's sell the rest of this and let's focus on the next Tulum, right?
Yeah.
But we're not there yet, and we've done this before many times, but we feel that right now we probably have a good 7 to 10 years where we can maximize Tulum's popularity, demand, world-class beaches, beach clubs, all the hype that it has. Right now there's a massive a festival in Tulum that happens every year. It's like electronic music, and that brings thousands. Actually, Nick was out one for New Year. How many people were there, Nick? 20,000 people?
Yeah, there was easily 20,000 people. And then I just talked to Danny. Danny went 2 nights ago, and there was about maybe 10 to 15,000 people again for the 4-day festival. So I'm not really into the house music stuff, but it brings a huge crowd to Tulum.
Yeah, and it's the higher end crowd, and so that's what's nice about Tulum is that it filters out a lot of people, and it's either you can afford it or you can't, And so we still have another decade before me and my partners are going to be having this talk. We're okay, guys. Well, I guess this is it. Let's go elsewhere, right? And I've been here 17 years, so I know what happened in Cancun. I know how long that boom lasted. I know what happened in Playa del Carmen, how long that lasted. So we're taking that into consideration, and that's what we're giving it 7 to 10 years. And it's not to say that in 10 years it's done. It's just to say that in 7 to 10 years, it'll be more balanced.
Yeah.
Like a Playa del Carmen, like a Cancun, where in Cancun, you're not going to have massive ROI profits like you do in Tulum right now.
Yeah.
Right? But Cancun is still a great place to invest. Playa del Carmen is still a great place to invest. It's just not going to give you the same numbers that Tulum will. So that, I think we still have quite a bit of time before, because we're just getting started, right? We're just getting started. I mean, think about this, okay? Tulum's municipality, okay, the municipality of Tulum is 12 years old.
Mhm.
Prior to that, it wasn't anything. It wasn't called anything. There wasn't no city. There wasn't no government here.
Yeah.
Just 12 years old. You know, Cancun is 50. So you have an idea. And Cancun is the oldest.
Yeah.
And so it's still, this whole area is so young, and it's not gonna go anywhere. Also, have in mind that to Mexico, tourism is number 2 in the world, right? So you have oil, which to our country, 2, tourism. So Mexico, the government does a really, really phenomenal job at attracting tourism. They have for the last 50 years to this beautiful place, and that's not going to stop. They're going to keep pushing tourism. They're going to keep pushing money and ads and all that from the government because it's second in the entire country. So we need it, and we're going to continue doing it. And we study for this. This is what we do. So that's how far I can tell you. I won't tell you that in 7-10 years from now, I won't be going elsewhere. That's kind of what we're thinking. But we feel that, like, for example, if I was in your shoes, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking I buy in Tulum, maximize the demand that it has.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say 7 years. Okay, the unit paid itself already. Within 7 years, your unit should have paid itself.
Yeah.
And now you can sell it, and then you get your money, and then you go to the next Tulum. That's what I would recommend. Unless you're doing great, you fell in love with it, and you're like, nah, you know what? I'll just buy another one somewhere. I want to keep this for my legacy, for my kids or whatever. Which is what we're doing. Like, we're not ever gonna sell all the stuff we keep unless we have to or we want to reinvest it.
Yeah.
But we love Tulum, man. Tulum is a great place, and it ain't going anywhere. And I think it's just getting started. Look at these numbers. I don't know if you can see my screen here, but
yeah,
it says up here 276 nights booked. Okay, this is the last 365 days. Booking value. Okay, so the unit has made 1.3 million pesos.
Yeah,
that's about $70,000.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is gross. This is not incorporating, anything. Okay, this is gross numbers. But if you take 33% from that 70,000, that's real. So
that's assuming your net there minus the association fee, the management,
yes,
all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, minus everything else is 33%, including HOA, including 46,900, including HOA, including maintenance fee, including what you're going to pay the rental administration company who's going to do the check-ins and check-outs, the marketing online, the Airbnb administration. We do all that.
Oh, you guys have it all incorporated? What's your
choice
percentage
for our clients? You don't have to go with us. We charge 25%. But we do a phenomenal job, and that's not a lot, FYI. If you don't know what's a lot would be 35%.
Yeah,
the companies charge that much.
Yeah.
20
to 30 seems to be what I've seen around that.
Yes. Yeah, 20 to 30%, exactly.
And that, does Airbnb, I've never listed a property on Airbnb. All my project properties have long-term tenants because zoning laws are just absolute disaster here. But is that including the Airbnb fee?
Airbnb fees are
that is.
Also, the Airbnb fee is paid for by the guest. That's how Airbnb makes their money. We pay like a little bit of, I don't know, maybe like $30 a reservation, $20 a reservation, but the fee comes from the guest.
Perfect.
Look, Brian, I just want to show you real quick. This unit here is the one that we have.
Okay.
That's ours. That we would be open selling it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a 2-bedroom. It's already furnished. So this is basically like turnkey, ready to go, furnished, everything. It's new. Okay. This development, I delivered it in March of this year. Well, 2021, I should say. Okay. So everything's brand new. This unit here, we designed it ourselves as far as like furnishing and all that. So we would just sell it as is if someone was interested. It has its own little pool outside. These are jets.
That's a pool or it's a jacuzzi? That's a pool, right?
Yeah, it's a pool. It's not warm.
Okay.
There's really no jacuzzis here because it's so hot and humid all the time.
That's okay.
Most people wouldn't use it. Now, this one measures, it's 120 meters. I want to say that's 1,300 square feet. I'll double check in a sec.
What is it there?
But it's
square meters?
Yeah, it's 120 square meters.
Yeah.
You multiply 120 times 10.86.
10.76.
It'll give you the
76, right there?
Yeah, 10.76.
Sorry, 10.76.
All 91 square feet. That's including all the deck space and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, the actual title says it's a little bigger. For whatever reason, they always say that it's a little big. So your title will say like I think it says you're 135 square meters, but usable space is 120.
Yeah. Awesome.
There's a lot of art in the common areas. Like you see this. This is our same boy who did Nick's unit.
Yeah, cool.
Did this. So and this one here has been renting really, like this whole development has been renting really well because it's so different, right? You come in, you see this beautiful art, you have this neon bright light. And you're like, what's going on here?
Is the Quintana?
That's a great question. So within neighborhoods, these developments that I'm showing you we're talking about have all been in Aldea Zama.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay. Now that's another key thing. Aldea Zama is the only planned community in all of Tulum. Okay. Meaning that if you buy in there, well, first of all, it has all those services world class. So water, electricity, everything is underground. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the developer of that Aldea Zama project is someone I personally know. The guy is amazing in what he does, like amazing. And so you go in there, you see an infrastructure, you see commercial area, you see restaurants, you see parks, public parks that no one can touch, green space that's there always, right? Yeah. In Valletta and Región 15, there is none of that, right? That doesn't exist there. It's kind of like they sold all this land and everyone's building whatever they want, but there's no parks, there's no it's just kind of like, I'm not saying that it's not good because I have property in Valletta, and I'm about to launch a project there. But it's still Aldea Zama is a little bit better. Yeah, it's a difference between a Nissan, which is an awesome car. I love Nissans, but then you have a Mercedes Benz. So this would be that area, Okay. So both of these are in that area called Aldea Zama, and then if you come, you'll get to see it.
Yeah. And this is cool. Is this the development that you did, or you said
yes.
This is one of your friends? Oh, this is one you did.
No, this is the one I did, and this is the unit that's for sale directly from me. Okay, so no brokers are involved, no agencies. This is directly me to you. That's another thing too, because Nick hooked me up with you. Nick's a client of mine. Yeah. But you didn't come in through a broker. You didn't come in through a middleman. So, whatever commission I normally would give to the brokers, you would be getting it off the unit. Sorry, say that again?
I heard there was no licensed brokers or agents in just representatives.
Very little. There are, but they're very little. I would say it's about 2,000 brokers. Yeah. Or real estate agents, of which maybe not even 10% are legit. Now, that's not really their fault. That's just unfortunately kind of like the industry. Yeah, it's not like in the U.S. There's an MLS system. Brokers have to have a license that they took 2.5 years to get. Here, you can get your license. You still have to do a 1-year course. It is a 1-year course, but no one does it because you don't need to. There's no one to enforce it, and so it's not being enforced. They're like, well, why should I have it? So, and that can be a tricky thing for the buyer because what tends to happen, not a lot, but it does exist, and there have been cases. I always try to warn my clients: is look, as you're doing your research, you're gonna meet a lot of companies. You're gonna maybe call them. Well, what do you have? Send me what you have. Right? And what you will notice sometimes is that you'll get the same thing from 2 different agents, but there's a price difference. And you're like, what? Wait, why is it 10 grand more? Right? Because sometimes the sellers, in this case, not the developer, but A private seller would be like, well, I want 300,000. You can sell it for whatever you want. You give me 300. So they're offering it for 320, 340, and that's not the way it should be done. But anyways, and then also, Brian, I wanted to lay this out there. Let's just say you don't like any of my developments, and you say, hey, Tony, you know what? I like you, but not your development. They don't match with what I want to do or the price or whatever. We can direct you as well to another project that's not even maybe mine. Maybe it's a friend, because I have, a lot of developer friends of mine. We help each other out, and we have an inner circle, because I trust their work. I trust their craftsmanship too. And I know they're going to honor they're going to deliver on their promises, right? So I would only guide you to those, assuming that you didn't like any of our products. I've done it for a few clients that just don't match with my products. Yeah. But anyways, this unit here, if you want to write this down, Brian, this unit here with furniture and everything would be for $318,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me show you the next development that I'm about to launch. So I'm going over my chat here with my partner. So this one is a smaller development. It's called MUKI, MUKI, MUKI by Aguasanta. And MUKI hasn't launched yet. MUKI right now, we're finishing the 3D renders like these that I'm showing you. Okay, and then we're calculating the price that it's going to cost us to build it, and then I'm going to divide that by the units in the square meters, and I'll have the price of each of these in the next 30 to 45 days. Okay. Now this one here, MUKI, they're all 1 bedrooms. Right? I know you're looking for 2 bedroom ideally, but this is an option as well. It's a large 1 bedroom. Okay. It measures, I want to say 69 square meters, which is about 730 square feet. Okay, let me show you better images. Here we go. So they're 1 bedrooms.
Yeah.
These are ground floors. These are ground floors that I'm showing you now. Let me show you a middle floor. It's easier to explain. Yeah. So we can look at the one underneath here. These are 2 separate units. So you come up the stairs. Okay. You go into let's see if I can write on this. No, I can't. You go inside the door. You can see the main entrance.
Yeah.
You have the living room, the kitchen, separate bath and shower, separate bedroom, separate terrace, and then a nice little pool out there as well. So this would be like a luxury 1 bedroom. Okay, and these will start at $170,000, roughly, give or take $8,000, down or up. Okay, yeah. So far that's what the prices are looking at. I'll have the definite numbers in a few weeks, but this could be an option. We're also going to do the whole hotel administration. I say hotel because we kind of like treating them as hotels.
Yeah.
Because what happens when you're a hotel, you have a concierge, right? Someone knows you're arriving. They help you with the bags. If you need something, you go down there. There's a concierge. So we run our properties like that because it's an option that you have if you want to rent it. You don't have to rent it with us. You don't even have to rent it if you want. But if you do, the whole system is there for you.
Yeah. So
we're going to do the same thing here. We foresee these 1 bedrooms making our clients about a 10% net return annually. Okay. So basically, if you spend 170, you'll be looking to make $17,000 a year from a 1 bedroom. These are net numbers. Okay.
Yeah. Tony, does that include appreciation?
No. Good comment there, Nick. No, it doesn't. That's just what you'll make through rental. Okay. If you add the annual appreciation, you have to add about another 7 to 8% to that. So you're looking at about 17% return.
Yeah.
Depending on the unit, right? The studios or 1 bedrooms appreciate differently than a penthouse, for example.
Yeah.
But on these, 7 to 8% is what you should be looking to get out of appreciation.
Yeah.
Okay. So now this development here, MUKI, will launch successfully or officially in the next 30 to 45 days. We need another renders. My architects are working on a few more, and that's it. So this could be an option. Like I said, this is in pre-construction, and the cool thing about this one,
where is this?
This one is in. I'll show you. This is in Región 15. You familiar with Región 15?
Is that zone 15?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's it. So that would be, there we go.
Right next to the new road that's coming in, right? Or is that a new road?
That's right.
Built, or is it
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah,
already
as a
done.
matter of fact, yeah, they're paving it now. The street already exists and it goes all the way to the beach.
Yeah.
So you've done quite a bit of research, Brian. That's good.
Yeah, I just watched a few videos and it seems pretty
yeah. Well, you've done pretty good.
Yeah.
Look,
zones.
do you see this this road? It says 15, that number.
Yeah.
This one. This is the main one that currently takes you to the beach, okay?
Yeah.
Now the one you're talking about is this big one here. Boom. Goes all the way to the beach as well. It's called Kukulkan.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kukulkan already goes down all the way to the beach. Our development is going to be, the land's already there. We already bought the land. How can I mark it here? Can you see where do you see this effect?
Yeah.
Okay, right there.
Awesome.
Okay, right there. You see there's already a road here.
Yeah.
65. So that road takes you, boom, to Kukulkan and then down to the beach. Okay. So it's really, really, really good located. I mean, it's 10 minutes from the beach. And what's nice is that it's here in this area where there's still not a whole lot. So you're going to have beautiful views to the jungle, which is what people like when they come to Tulum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what I try and do in all my developments is try to keep a lot of green because, you know, eventually that's what's going to really give your unit equity too. How much green pasture you have. I mean, think about COVID and everything that's happening. People want access to the trees, to oxygen, you know. If you take all that stuff down, you don't even have a little backyard or nothing. People don't like that. So that's another key thing to look at when you invest. Make sure you have protected land or protected jungle that will never go away because that will give more value to your property in these type of destinations where people come because of that.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. So that's the other development. Okay. This is one that I could offer you in 30 days if you decided that you wanted a 1-bedroom. Okay.
Yeah.
So now the other option, here's another one for you, is if you say, well, Tony, I don't mind waiting a little bit more. I'm about to launch another development like this one. Watch, let me show you the photos.
How long is completion on a development like that generally?
Okay, so completion on my developments takes me 18 months to finish something and deliver. Okay, so next month we launch it. You say, Tony, I like it. Boom, you give us a down payment of 30%, and then you don't have to pay me the rest. Or rather said, you pay me the rest as we're building it. Okay, so basically it would be like every month. Every month you have a monthly for the 70% that's remaining. So you don't have to pay me up front. You know, you can take your time. Some people like that because that way, you know, you're not using all of your capital right up front. You're spreading it over 18 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that being said, my next if you don't want a 1-bedroom, but you like the idea of pre-construction, okay. Another thing about pre-construction, Brian, of course, you probably already know this, but you save money, right? Yeah. Yes, you don't have you can rent it right away. You can collect ROI rental returns, but you could buy in pre-construction and you're going to save 20% from the price. Like for example, Nick's unit, right? I met Nick. It was the last penthouse I had, and he actually did really well. Even though he bought it while it was already been that unit that Nick bought right now is worth, I want to say you bought it for $430. Nick should be able to sell that unit right now for about $500,000 if he wanted to. And it's just months that he's had it. So now imagine if you bought pre-construction, right? It's a big difference. So that's an advantage, and you get to pay it in payments. So I'm gonna do something similar to this development that you see here. Okay, this is one that a lot of my clients ask for because they have the big pools, big spaces. Look, this one has its own little waterfall. This is a private unit here. Okay, so people like this. The quality, the finishes, the colors, very fresh. very beachy.
You said you're doing another one of these?
Yes, that's correct. And here I will have 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms. No 1 bedrooms. Okay.
What neighborhood for these ones?
For this one, it'll be in Aldea Zama as well.
Okay.
We are actually closing a lot.
Oh, this is like phase 2. Is it close to your other properties?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's actually phase 2. You're right. It's Aldea Zama 2. Okay. Now there, the 2 bedrooms, Brian, will probably start at around 340. In pre-construction, maybe 300,000, 280. Yeah. I haven't done the numbers. I'm still early on that one. That one I won't have any real solid info for about another 60 to 90 days.
Yeah.
Because it takes me about 90 to 120 days to launch something fully. So this one's, we've already advanced quite a bit, but we just have to buy the land now because we're negotiating with the owner.
Got it.
Which is the original owner of Aldea Zama, actually, the main developer guy.
Yeah.
So if we lock this in, it can go faster. But because of the holidays, I haven't met with him yet. But we're supposed to meet hopefully in the next few days.
But here that you're showing me is all sold out.
Yes, this is all sold out. Mm-hmm. These are already renting and receiving great ROIs. But like I said, I'm gonna do something similar to this one.
So it's basic. It's not like developer financing. It's literally just doing payments for your development there, right?
It's developer financing. That's what we call it.
Okay. Is it? But there's no interest. It's just literally you put 30% down and the payments down the line.
Yeah, 30% down, 0% interest on the balance. Yeah. And you pay it either monthly or every 3 months. You do a chunk payment every 3 months. All the way. We're flexible on that. We don't really we don't really use other people's money. I mean, we like to, but all the developments that we do, we have the cash. If we can avoid it, that's cool, but that's not a problem. So that being said, then Brian, I think you have a couple of questions to ask yourself, and then that could lead us to our next conversation. Number one is saying, okay, deciding if you want something ready. If you say, yes, Tony, I think I want something ready, talk to your partners. And then if you say, yeah, we think we like something ready, then what I can do is I can do a research of products that I consider have good value. Yeah. But most importantly, that are going to give your client a great experience, a usage experience that's going to allow you to rent highly on Airbnb. Yeah. We already know what people like, right? We've been renting for years. We have the data. So, and I can put, 2, 3 options, the best ones on our next conversation, on the next Zoom call, and say, look, these are the 3 that I personally would recommend based on what you're telling me, right?
2 to 3. So that could be our to go 2 bedroom.
Okay.
Physical, because I'm gonna go down there probably in a few weeks. Just check out, build a listing.
Well, look, if you're gonna be down here, why don't we do? Then our next conversation is actually in person, but I give you the tour of those properties. Yeah. I mean, I'll send them to you anyways. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we can do that.
I'm interested in these pre-sales as well, Tony. And like I said, like I have a group of friends that are willing to, it goes both ways. I can have, and I'm also, awesome. I don't, like 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, it doesn't matter as long as there's as long as the numbers make sense for us. Absolutely. I want to, that's why I want to start with something physical, tangible, so I can see it and go, I have my core group of friends, but then I can kind of dish it out to my other guys too that, I'm doing this, take a look at it. I'm doing the same thing you guys are doing, basically.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Right on. And now, lastly, I don't know if this is
probably is a neighborhood I'd want to have my first unit in, just because that's what we're expecting to be fully operating with roads and shit, like, convenience.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Brian. Nick, thanks for putting this together as well.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll send you the info, and then once you had a chance to review it, maybe we can check back in about 3, 4 days from now. Cool. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.